horrible angle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Boo, you whore.
a show about whatever the fuck we want. My name is Benji, and well, we're gonna have a really good time.
My name is Mac, and uh, uh,
Didn't you hear that?
My name
I
is
oh,
Mikey. My name is Mikey. Wait, this isn't Dr. Pepper.
And my name is Morgan. And wait, this is Dr. Pepper.
And speaking of the number 17, tonight we are going to be focused on season 17, episode 4 of. Alright, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, give us a listen. We're going to be in here for the long haul. Things are about to get gaggy because this season is what? Messy. So,
No?
and you know what? I am here for it. So, all right. So we come back. We've lost our official pork chop of the season is Miss Lucky Stars and
What did you
uh,
call
it's
her?
only because it was when Cynthia was doing her Snatch Game with Sofia Vergara, and that's when she was recently married to Joe Manganiello. But that's how Rue decided to pronounce it.
Honestly, real.
Well,
Well, she I don't know about pronouncing, but they all come okay, so they all come back, they all look at the mirror message. The waterworks start for the loss of Lucky Stars, and
bitch,
she's
these girls
not
were
dead.
sobbing.
It was giving Jesse from BB10 or BB11 after he got
Literally.
evicted, and they're all on the table just
We're like talking about
crying as
everything
if he
good
died.
Lucky's ever done.
Pan out to Joella, who's right by the lipstick message, who's like, I don't know why these girls are crying.
Joel
What's
literally
happening?
confused as hell, like,
No,
why is everyone
literally.
crying?
And
Like,
then they were like, I know they feature me, but clearly they must not feature me as much as they feature Miss Stars. And I'm like,
well, yes.
yeah.
and then question, do they feature you?
I I was a little gagged because last episode everyone's like, I'm so ready for someone to finally go home. Someone goes home, everyone's crying
They're like,
except
not
Joella.
her, not
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 her.
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 No,
Joel,
they
no, you made the wrong
they
decision.
literally said they were.
Bah.
Oh my God. Ooh, and then so ever so slowly, Jules is also still on her little trim gate realness. It was like, this bitch stole my trim, and I'm like, girl, I know it's still fresh, but shit. Like,
And like, she didn't win the challenge or anything.
yeah, so she wanted someone
Hmm.
to blame.
I mean, she was in the top. I would have been mad. If I wasn't in the top and the girl that stole something from me was in the top, I would be mad too.
And yet
But
she
that's
still
just me
got
being
trimmed,
real.
did she not?
Exactly.
Okay,
And
then
am I
she
mad at Anya? No, I think Anya ate
no,
that.
no real.
But would I still be, if I was Jules, would I be talking about it? Yup. I'd be talking about it
Yeah.
any chance
I
I got.
mean, yes, I would talk about it, but at the end of the day, is blaming somebody else really gonna help the fact that you didn't win anyway and she didn't win?
Yup.
No.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
help. It's gonna help me.
It's gonna help me get out these feels, girl. Um, oh, speaking of feelings, Arietti was zoomed in on looking more pressed than a fucking panini.
Girl, she
Trolling that
was
one lock of hair she
mad.
got.
No, literally, and they said, "How are you feeling, Arietti? You were the top to or about Sam winning the challenge," and Arietti was like, "You know, all good. You won." And I was like, just say how she feels. Say how she feels. Say the awkward thing.
Well, she said it in confessional. She
Girl,
said
that's
that
not the
bitch did not
same.
deserve to win in that ugly pussycat
Cat
wig. Fuck
wig.
you, Sam.
Yes, literally. And I'm like, girl, you could have had your moment in front of her.
Like, say it with your chest.
Literally.
Really. She was in
But
her feelings though, so maybe
she
that's why she chose
was,
not
but
to.
And we see more of that in Untucked. But we get to it's a new day in the workroom, and all of them decide to do impersonations of each other while waiting for the challenge to be issued.
Well, the producers decided for them to do impressions
That's
of
real
each
mom. That
other.
is real mom. My favorite was the Arietti impression because quite literally it was just
They said,
Mhm.
this is the mayhem. Um,
"Mayhem's here."
girl. Um, the
Hi,
reason I
girl.
point this out though is that Miss Arietti immediately after was like, "Pretty girls don't have to speak, but ugly ones do."
Oh,
To
well,
where I was like,
did she lie?
but to rebut, I was like, "But sister, you spoke.
That's why I'm
But
constantly not speaking.
You
did she
spoke."
lie?
Did she lie? No. Did she lie to herself? Probably.
Oh, oh.
Only because Miss Ma'am spoke right after she said ugly girls don't need or pretty girls don't need to speak. If that was the point, then why did you speak after the impersonation? Why didn't you just let it go, Mom? Like that's my point. Like if you're gonna live up to what you say in that moment, exactly that. Especially after you said pretty girls don't need to speak. Why would you speak on it in the first place? Just let it go, mother. It doesn't matter.
I also really loved Jules' impersonation of Mona Lisa. Being like, take this fucking fuck you,
Fucking
Lexi.
so
She
Ripping out
ate
all
good.
this.
that.
She really did. It was so fucking good. Ooh, okay, so Miss Paul comes down the stairs and it's straight into the maxi challenge for commercials for Bitch, I'm a drag queen. So basically it's like, now that's what I call music, but with legendary quotes featured from
Hmm.
moments in Drag Race.
Kind of everything.
I can't
Literally.
lie. Like, I when I on paper I wasn't like super enthused about this challenge because I was worried about how the writing was going to be.
For real.
But I mean, we'll talk about it. That this challenge impressed me. I can't lie.
It was
I
cute.
I feel like a lot of the times there's like, oh, this will be the blank challenge. This is going to be the this challenge. And it's
Yeah.
so, because we've had so many seasons, it starts to feel a little tired. But
Yeah.
this is fresh and new. And I think pretty much everyone had fun with it.
And I
Yeah.
think it's like it's still it's still familiar because like it's like the challenge from season 4 where they basically did this but just to RuPaul songs.
Hmm.
But instead they made it an homage to Drag Race. They made it a little extra more of a challenge by making them record their own vocals. Like it was cute.
And on a like marketing standpoint, like outside of Miss Drag Race, like just looking straight ahead, what does that give you? Memeable moments, TikTok moments, moments for social media, like
Hmm.
all these cute little things that
Hmm.
are going to continue to be pushed out.
Well,
And
and
you know,
especially even just like things for like advertisements, like
real.
especially for queer people, like drag race queens, getting a drag race queen in an ad is at least a surefire way to get people talking about it.
No,
Hmm.
exactly.
Hmm.
It's
Pop culture
also
phenomenon.
very that. It's really cool to see that Drag Race is so indulge in pop culture to like the show can literally just reference itself for its own episode and it's like
Exactly.
well received by the fans. It's really cool.
Literally. It's so
Mm-hmm.
meta.
It's so meta.
It is.
I'm so into meta right now. Oh, but I'm
No,
talking about
I'm so
I,
not
I I'm
actually.
I'm talking about like Drag Race and not like the other meta, but you know.
Right.
So speaking
We're
of
being
groupings,
infiltrated.
um, so speaking of groupings, so if I miss anybody, I am sorry. I probably did, but Susie 2 pulls, "You're perfect. You're beautiful. You look like Linda Evangelista. You're a model." Um, Sam Star and Acacia Forgot both choose star quality from season 13, which was that infamous fight between um Tamisha Iman and Condoleezza Muse. Uh, Anya
Give it
Nerve get
Condoleezza.
Right.
listen, Condoleezza Muse. Um, Put Your Lighters Up is a solo for On Your Nerve from
I'm just in the house.
Laganja's self roast because it's kind of dry, kind of like your vagina, like very
Kind of like
bad.
your vagina.
We get the No Class, No Manners, which is the fight between Morgan McMichaels and Mystique Summers Madison, where Morgan tells Mystique to go fix her mug.
Oh, baby, you do need to fix your
And that's Miss Lydia Butthole Collins and Lana Del Rey. Lexi Love gets the very famous "This is your moment, have it"
mind.
by none other than Miss Jasmine Can I. Um, Glamazon Big, which was given to Corey King, which is Kennedy's monologue on how she had basically had a costume that she had to make fit for the runway theme. Joella's Rewrite the Stories, which is like this big monologue made by Miss Mariah Perez Balenciaga.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Then we have back rolls with none other than the Chismosa Corner, Arietti and Jewel Sparkles.
Hmm.
We'll get into that.
Divas.
Harmona Lisa got I Nominate Myself, which is from Chanel when she nominated herself to go home because the judges didn't tell her that she was pretty enough to stay. And then to which Harmona Lisa says, I really relate to that because I too am pretty.
Real.
And she is.
The realness.
And then last but not least is Unprofessional, talking about the romper room fuckery of season
The
four Snatch Game.
Good
It's Miss
God, get a
Prin.
grip, girl.
Good God, get a grip, girl.
level of
Uh,
unprofessionalism. Far
Far
too
too
much.
much. Yes. So while brainstorming for the challenge, both teams are shading the shit out of each other. But Rue also makes a point to tell them that it is an individual challenge, even though they are working together. You better outperform the bitch next to you after that person and after that person. But while they're brainstorming, Corey King comes up with this like genius, and I put that in quotes, idea to try and redeem the Big Bird dress during
Hmm.
her filming to
Hmm.
rip to another dress that is similar
Hmm.
to it to try
Hmm.
and be like, "Hey, Rue, you were wrong about this dress. It was really good," as a like gag. How do we feel about that?
Nobody was gagged. Nobody was
Not a
gooped.
single soul.
She
It
thought
also
she
didn't
ate
look like a reveal at all. Like, right.
it.
Another miss for Corey King.
Yeah, Corey, I thought she was gonna be like that girl.
Literally. They're not featuring her on the
Oh,
season.
a single bit. She's getting the nastier part of the edit. It's true,
Hmm.
where it's like borderline dilute. Like she's confident, but the way the edit is being given to her, it makes it look like it's borderline delusion.
Literally.
Ah! Um, and I quoted Susie right after she said it's gonna be harder for them too because they have to learn the lip sync song. I was like, you better just gag them, sister. Get them together.
And did.
And what I'm noticing is that Crystal also kind of took more of a leadership role this week. She was like, I know what I want. I
Hmm.
know y'all looking better because we look better together. It looks better on me, so let me get y'all hoes together.
Live for
I
that.
was very impressed with that decision and also the execution because I feel like Crystal, despite being in the top that it for the like Dochi's lip sync, I feel like Crystal is a little overlooked and we don't really get to see much of her personality. So it's nice that she's like, you know what? I want to make sure that I'm getting critiqued in
No, that's real.
full.
Some of my favorite moments were seeing Crystal Envy as a fucking tumbleweed in the back.
Girl,
Literally.
when
Like,
she tumbled
please.
around in the back like that.
Her in confessional being like, they told me all right, do the tumbleweed. And I thought it was going to be a one and done. And then they're like, okay, again, again.
That reminded me of when Asia O'Hara did like the kind of
Oh
face, like
yeah, for
during
Butterface.
the
Hmm.
butter face. That reminded me of that. It was so cunty.
Some of the girlies that were in danger are none other than Miss Chicken herself, Miss Corey King,
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
because
yes.
Looked a
sh
mess.
she did her reveal, but I think what was failed to be noticed or mentioned was that the feathers were the same exact color as the ones on the floor, so it looked like nothing. On
It
top of
was
that, she also wore the same
crazy.
fucking wig that was in the same color as those goddamn feathers, to where it looked like
Mm-mm.
she could have basically been bald.
Sculpt.
Well, or rather,
It
they
was
just
just a mess.
blended it. It was a mess, and she had people throw eggs at her. Eggs were coming out of her puswacha. It was a crazy time.
You
Yeah.
know, Corey, you have a kind face. The kind
And
you throw eggs at.
you know what? I
I'm screaming,
appreciate
you
the
take
the
over.
spirit.
She was really convinced it was about to be funny, too. So, love for that.
She said, listen, she said, I'm a genius.
Literally. Like, comedic genius Corey King.
But there was something right before the runway, like when the girls are getting engaged. Um, where I believe Lexi Love starts talking about like her history as a queen and like, you know, with the how do I put it? With like the stigma that certain people or certain types of queens get. Oh, for like being a bar queen or like being a hometown queen or a local
Hmm.
girl is the term
What's
that
at the end of
normally
the
gets like
episode?
shat on. Um, because it's like, girl, like if it wasn't for her being a local girl and getting tips and like busting her butt after she was thrown out of her house for being a trans woman, like she wouldn't be where she was. Like drag was life for her.
Hmm. It's really nice to hear these stories, too, because it makes it, like, the scale of it so much bigger, honestly.
I also think it's really interesting to kind of realize like, oh, these like newer queens had the privilege of how far like gay rights and rights in general have like gone at that time when they were starting to do drag, and they can look up tutorials on YouTube, and like there is already a well established thing of like idea of drag because of Drag Race and whatnot. And I think a really powerful quote that Lexi Love said is like, back then I was not doing drag as a hobby, I was doing it to survive.
Hmm.
And I think that really shows in who Lexi Love is today with like the amount of grit that Lexi has, that it's really interesting to see.
Yeah.
End of
Um,
monologue.
no, real, but that also kind of dips into Joella asking, I think it's Anya. No, who did she ask?
I don't know what you're referring to, but I
Um,
did love the moment. Sorry, really quick. I love the moment where girls were like, "Oh, everyone thinks they've done amazing. Some people are lying."
oh,
And
real.
also a lot of people asking Joella how she did. And they're like, "Why? Why are they asking me how I'm doing? Do they think I didn't do well or something?"
Well, and it's really funny because that is juxtaposed with like them saying at other points, like, "Oh, Joella, like I thought Joella did really good, like blah blah blah," but clearly they weren't like actually featuring her.
No, real. Like, sister, if you have to ask your other sisters if they think you did well because you think that because they don't think that you did well, there's an issue.
Hmm.
Um, but I think no, I think Joella does ask Anya like how. when it comes to putting culture into your looks, or like bringing your culture into your looks, like how she got the courage and the nerve to do that because she's still kind of learning how to do that herself. She kind of admitted to like assimilating herself into
Hmm.
how society is when she grew up and not necessarily disowning any of her heritage, but her feeling like, it's kind of put to the side to be able to kind of live and survive as like someone who's not considered like the norm in society at whatever age she was when she moved to LA.
Right.
I think this was like a nice little moment to have. Um,
For our
anyways.
dearest departing.
Oh, wait, what?
Spoiler.
But we'll get into
Speaking of
that.
things that go on cars like that, um, so we're gonna get into the guest judge for a moment. Her name is Julia Schle well, sorry if I butcher her last name,
Hmm.
Schlepfer. Now I went to her wiki page, I did. For because we're probably most likely American Horror Story girlies in here. She played Celeste in American Horror Stories.
Oh, I didn't watch
Oh,
stories.
She was in,
okay, which episode
oh
types
girl,
up?
I don't know. She's
I would never
currently in
watch
a
that.
TV series called 1923.
Oh,
Well,
the Cowboys,
good for her.
Wild
She
West.
was in Madam Secretary and Instinct, so she's like up and coming.
Work diva.
She's a
That's
big
so
name.
that's so awkward. I never watched the
Miss
episode. I have no
Miss
idea who this woman
Julia
is.
Julia Thatcher. What was her name?
You know
Julia
what? This
Schlepfer.
is giving this is
Schlepper.
giving like early seasons of Drag Race when they had to get the C and D listers because they didn't have the A list budget yet.
Now, not too much on Michelle Williams.
I will say their first Drag Race's first ever guest judge was Bob Mackey. So
They ate with
Real.
the they ate with the
And they also had Latoya very early on as
uh huh.
well. I love watching Raja do her Snatch Game impersonation of her after
Yeah,
taking on Rue's advice. It's kind of iconic.
yeah. Or doing like repeating word for word what Rue said.
Yeah,
No,
literally just doing the bit that
literally.
RuPaul gave her.
She was smart for that. She said,
And RuPaul eating
"Listen,
it up.
listen."
RuPaul was
She
like,
said, "I want to be here next week.
exactly.
I'm not gonna be stupid."
I love it.
But the category is quilted for her pleasure.
Hmm.
Th-
Love this category.
This is a very awesome category, and I got visual representation.
Like duh.
So we're gonna get into it and look at all the girls. RIP Lucky Stars. First to the stage is Miss Lydia Butthole Collins.
I am the number one Lydia Butthole Collins stan on the panel, and I felt similarly this week as I have most weeks. This was cool to me. Like, it was giving like a little monster ragtag. You could obviously, it's quilted. It's got the stuffing coming out. It's the old lady's couch. I got it. This was cool.
It's definitely
I oh
no, you're good. Go ahead.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Go for it.
This is probably my favorite Lydia look. I think the assignment was done very well. Very reminds me a lot of Vivian Vanderpuss's entrance look with like the couch kind of fabric. I love the idea of like the stuffing coming out. You've got like the cat's tail around there. It's a good idea. It's like a interesting concept, and I like it makes sense, and it's cool, and it's different, and I think
Um,
this works the best from what I've seen.
y'all know me. I haven't really been understanding Lydia Butthole's point of view thus far, but I must say I did also live for this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but I think y'all have touched on all of the points that I would have made. I think my only thing is why is she wearing like a red pump with this?
Same.
That felt
Literally
like a
same.
weird choice.
It
But
did.
other than that, like super cool shape. She looks like, I mean, one thing about Miss Butthole is that she always paints. Yeah,
Yes.
this was great. This was really cool. I thought it was really well done. The concept read immediately. Like, yeah.
Real. Her particular mug this week, um, do I have Drag Race España girlies in the house here?
Season one.
Somewhat.
Okay, like if you've at least seen season one, you'll hopefully know the reference I'm making. But like the particular makeup that she chose looks very reminiscent to me to Hugo Seo a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that in the best possible way because I love Hugo Seo's mug. It's like very dramatic, very kooky, very different, and it lends itself to the look. I do agree the red pump is highly questionable considering you have lighter tones and such with the quilt fabric that you used for your body. However, everything else, like I get it. I'm here for the kook, the odd, the spook. Is it weird of me to ask whether that's like her actual body, or if Miss Thing said, "Let me put on an entire plate, body plate."
She's giving body.
She
That's
is giving
And
that
body.
looks
it's
like
like
her real
it's
body, and she
yeah.
looks sweetie.
I was about to
Um,
say she's
it's
oiled up.
yeah, I was like, not too
She
much
thought
on it
she's
being
like, well,
sweaty.
this fails. I'll be a pick room member next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, this is a woo.
Woo!
It's a woo.
Woo! Morgan currently trying to analyze why she would wear the red pumps, and she's like trying to like find a way to defend
Well,
that.
I actually know why she would wear the red pumps if we want to talk about it. So,
We can.
and we will because the red pumps are making the red detailing in the quilting pop more. It's not just giving pale pastel pink, it's giving pop of color. But that's only for us
Hmm.
fashion girls.
And speaking of meow,
Do you
next
hurt your
on
shoulder making that reach?
Literally.
Yeah, hate on it.
speaking of meow, next onto the stage we have the one, the only Miss Lana Del Rey.
Hmm.
Okay.
I see. Okay, so Miss Lana is gonna look stunning in whatever she wears. The
Hmm.
beat is stamped. There's like a quirkiness to her hair and the different layers that she decided to put on with the different
I
colors
love the hair.
to like color block. I love it too. It's so fucking kooky and interesting. I love it. I guess the only thing that doesn't really make sense to me, even though it is, it is very much the quilt fabric and part of the challenge. I don't think she needed these like half leg warmer looking things on the bottom. It's honestly with her legs being as beautiful and long as they are, she didn't need them. She could have gotten rid of them. Yes, they probably would have read her and be like, "It's a corset, girl." That's all she fucking needs is a corset when she looks like that. Like, it could stand. That being said, the corset also could stand to be a little more layered and structured if she's going to just wear a corset rather than just like these small little origami moments. It could be bigger to match her bigger personality and then get rid of the muckluck looking things.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna be a defender of the little boot covers.
Okay.
I I think they go with the look, and I think personally they make her look taller because it makes it look like she's like on a little platform or a little stilt almost.
Hmm.
Um, and I think the those little booties combined with this short little dress, they make her just look so tall. and so like long and just like tall drink of water. But the outfit itself, it's cute, but I don't know. It's kind of the same thing I've been feeling about Miss Lana every week so far, in that like she looks gorge, but I just need a little bit more, I think. I need it
I'm
to be pushed
bored.
just a little bit further.
I'm bored. Like
I
all of her things are just kind of boring and expected at this point, honestly. Like, oh, I'm pretty. Like, here's my little outfit that's like a short dress and I can show leg
Mm-hmm.
and I have a cool wig.
I my favorite part about the look is the wig, and you probably shouldn't
And
have that
honestly,
be
the
the
wig
case.
itself, I've seen this type of wig before.
Hmm.
So I wasn't like gooped.
Yeah, it's certainly not groundbreaking. I mean, and the color palette is a little off for me.
Hmm.
I wish it didn't have that huge white panel in the middle. I wish she had just committed to it
Hmm.
all being
Hmm.
like these like colorful. And I think she wanted to tie it in with the white base of the wig, but I don't really like that either. I wish it was all more colorful.
Hmm.
I don't like the addition of the white.
Hmm.
It's fine for me.
The more I look at it, the more I don't like it.
I
So
agree.
it just kind of looks weird.
It definitely this picture I think is making it look a little weird, especially up at the
Hmm.
top. It looks better in motion for sure,
Yeah.
but even still, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I
I don't. I don't like it. I don't think.
I understand what she was trying to do with the like, oh, quilts are usually different crazy colors like stitched together kind of vibe when you're making
Hmm.
like grandma's quilt or whatever. And I like that she tried.
But I feel like even like a grandma quilt moment, the colors aren't this vibrant. Like, and
Hmm.
if you're really going for that vibrant color moment, go for it all the way.
Yeah.
I fear Miss Lana. It's a boo for me this week.
I'm gonna be real. It's a boo.
B stands for boo.
Unfortunately, Miss Girl, it is also a boo. I'm sorry you're not going to Hollywood.
Gag.
In the words of Cardi B from Rhythm and Flow, you're going to New Jersey. But
Rhythm and Flow season one, at least.
listen, that was so stupidly funny. But speaking of Jersey, next to the stage, we have. I'm just kidding. It's Joella.
I have to go. I have to go.
Sisters, I was not happy in the slightest for this. I was not happy at all. Only for the
No,
back to
because
reveal to be fucking RuPaul.
no, because if there is one fucking thing that this takes, it's fucking nerve.
Literally. Joella nerve. That's what I'm calling
Joella.
you.
Also, in this photo, you can see in her face
She feels she's
thinks
giving.
she's she thinks body's tea right now. Like
Body was
the way
T.
that she,
Body was square.
The T stands for
Um,
towel.
The
but
T stands for tampon.
like as soon as this turned, it didn't even need to turn the corner. As soon as it breached the edge of the stage, I was like, "Oh, bitch, we're in for a fucking treat right
So
now." Like,
Okay.
literally.
Okay, so like hear me out. The way this could have been cunt is if her like silhouette was quilted into the thing and it still had like
mhm,
a cunty female silhouette, but like quilted into this.
Hmm.
That
right.
would be cute. This
This is
Sister.
like you use this for a show, like funny gag. This isn't like I am
Like
on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag
at
Race.
a club, at a club,
It would be so
this would go
funny.
crazy. I would
Right.
tip her a dollar. I would tip her a dollar if this came out of
Literally.
the club.
$1 only.
I'll tip her a dollar and
I would tip
a
her a
few
dollar.
quarters. I'll throw some quarters at her too.
I'd buy her a drink after her number.
Not Max
Real.
saying she looks like a dryer sheet because she only paid $1.75.
Bye.
No.
This was a choice that was made. And it's one of those moments where, like, if you're gonna be going home early, spoiler, um, at least you go home iconic. Like,
Like
Comfortable.
this this is gonna be remembered for a long time.
and don't
This is
forget the Ella,
this is
Ella.
Oh my
probably
god.
the most memorable outfit of this whole runway, but
For the wrong
is it for
Literally.
the right
reason.
reasons?
No, no, not at all.
So do we think this is a contender or even possibly a shoe-in for Golden Boot?
For
If
the golden boot. Like
I'd
not
have
just
to
the boot for the
see.
season. It's the boot for all seasons. Like
Well,
this
no,
beats
that would be La
Kennedy's
La Ree.
chicken.
That would
No.
be La La Ree in the design challenge.
Ma'am, this is in contention. I'm
A bag
sorry.
ball.
No, no,
No,
no.
ma'am. Not the corseted bag dress that's falling apart with a bag plopped on top of
Because
my head.
quite literally, this is La La Ree's polar opposite, but in a different way, where you use too much of something and it doesn't look like anything.
At least this was funny
At
to
least, you
look
know what?
at.
At least Joella wore a wig.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. She and that's the thing.
The
It
realness.
didn't have anything to do with the look, but she was all done up under there.
Oh my
I
God. To
I
the
s-
ends.
I saw a photo online of someone saying I'm forming a team and it's like bad RuPaul images or
Oh my
like
God.
art, and one was like Ru the shitty like statue looking thing or Christmas ornament, and another
Okay.
one was just Trixie as RuPaul for Snatch
Yes.
Game.
Was
And
one of
then
them one of the RuPaul cakes from that show?
Yeah, yeah,
It was the
yeah.
season 14 painting where they made her nose look like a hot dog.
Yes, yes. That was there too. That was there too. Just the Duchess.
Oh God.
this.
No, for me, this is a boo. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wella
I'm not
Honey.
sorry. This is a boo. But girl, this made me laugh.
Not
Not
laugh.
laugh. Oh, she turned British. That's crazy.
No,
Yes.
I stole that from IMHO.
Oh my God.
What are you giving it, Mac?
Well, I'm giving it a boo, but it's like a, you know what?
For
Camp. If I
for
loved camp, it would be a two.
Uh-huh.
a toot,
I'm sorry.
like
Sorry,
as
sorry,
in
Susie Toots not.
as in
Sorry,
toot
Susie.
comma Susie? Like what?
Oh, dude, comma Susie's crazy. This is obviously a boo.
And then if I were to be crazy
Nope, you'd be real. And I'm not
for
mad
the
at you for it.
nerve, this took nerve. And I am going to give this a boo.
Yeah.
I'm not giving this
She do take nerve
No.
for making us wait for that boo for so long. But
a
next to the stage, not looking like a pad of Maxi, we have Arietti. Can I say I was a
Oh,
bit underwhelmed? Because I
yeah.
was.
You
I love and hate
can.
this. I love and hate this.
I love the pattern. I don't like what she did with the pattern.
So I think the pattern is the problem
Mm-hmm.
because the like the whole ensemble, forgetting the category of the runway.
Yeah.
This is cunt. She looks so good. like this the cunty black shoulder with this patterned piece and the those glasses, this hair. She looks so good. But it's these patterned pieces that are quilted.
Yeah.
It just does not read at all because the pattern is so busy and the thread that it's quilted with is white.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so you just can't tell that it's quilted at all. And um, there's one other thing related to this runway that I need to speak on.
Hmm.
I'm going to punch Michelle Visage in the face
Oh, well,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
because why is somebody who is doing something unique and something that brands themselves in their makeup getting critiqued like that, but somebody like, and I have been living for this queen more than I thought, but like somebody like Sam Starr, who has been doing the exact same face every single time, doesn't get a comment about it.
Because she's
Lucky
pretty.
Stars, when she changed it up, and it wasn't good. I'm not trying to defend her on this, but like the one time she switched it up, she got sent
She got
home.
she got read and sent home for it.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of like Dusty Ray Bottoms. And the
Hmm.
Oh
most
my
memorable
God.
thing about Dusty Ray Bottoms, besides being completely fucking assassinated by Monet Exchange, was when she was thrown into the bottom week one and her critique was dots for eyebrows, really? It's like, grow up, Michelle.
And
Literally.
it's like it it makes me remember why I appreciate Dragula so much in that like Drag Race is very much looking for a specific type of queen. And it's very much like RuPaul's vision and Michelle's vision of who these queens are supposed to be. But like Dragula is about these monsters being authentically themselves.
Hmm.
And I just wish there were more of that sentiment on Drag Race because I feel like, especially when it comes to queens that are trying to push out of the box and let themselves be a little different, they're like, you shouldn't do that. You should actually conform to everybody that's doing the same thing. Try it out. You might like it.
Right. And I understand, like, if Michelle worded it in a way that was like, yeah, like we want to see you be versatile and try a bunch of different looks and like see how you would look with a different face. Okay, say that. Don't say, why are you looking like you're coming out for cats every night? Like that's that's not helpful.
No,
Like you're
not at
not
all.
helping this queen. You're tearing them down.
No
So,
real.
but back to the outfit, which is bad. Um,
I don't agree.
Also with the pattern, it like because the pattern is so busy and it wants to go a certain way when you're using it to create the shape that she's trying to give, it's giving a weird slant as well, and it's making her look like she's like falling to the to the side a little bit. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the pattern isn't lined up to like go up. It's going like slightly to the left and then going up over here and then going straight up here but going left here. It's just
I,
like I like the concept.
yeah, that's a, yeah.
If it wasn't this pattern, I think it would be really cool.
I kind of wish there wasn't as much latex
I
because
live for the late. I like the latex.
I know
I
I
love all the
love it,
latex.
but like not when the theme is quilted because you're wearing like a latex bodysuit and then you have the quilt kind of over that.
Hmm.
What I wish is that it was the pattern pieces were just solid red with a really intricate, like cool quilt pattern
I
in white.
agree. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, there are some. hit or miss spots for me. Like, I don't think I understand the hair, but I'm not mad at it. Like, I don't hate it. I just think it's gonna take some time to sink in because it's
Hmm.
kind of like asymmetrical tees a little bit.
I like the
Um,
hair.
Hmm.
I don't mind it. It's just I need time to understand it because I'm not 100% there yet, but I'm like 80% there. Like she's there. She's arrived. Um, but yeah, overall I agree with everything that everybody has said. Like the quilt pattern itself is too busy, and with her trying to fire off at five different signals, especially with trying to put it down at the ankle, um, yeah, it didn't fully come together for me. So this is to me, this is a very, very, very like Charmin soft boo for me.
It's a boo for me. Didn't really care for it.
I'm gonna be real. It's a woo for me.
Okay.
I liked it.
This is still in my opinion, a good look, but I'm going to give it a boo because I don't love how much latex there is for this theme, and I think the quilt is not like fully tea. But
Real.
And speaking of wrapping yourself up in latex in a blanket, next to the stage we have Miss Jewel Sparkles
Hmm.
going right after
Hmm.
her chismosa sister again, and I think they're going to continue to set that precedent. Um, it's cute. It's not my favorite. It's I think it's clean. It's nice. It does give like a small superhero moment, but then at the end of the day, it's a corset, what you did with the rest of the corset, and a train made out of like a puffer jacket. Like
Yeah.
10 for the ingenuity, like in the construction. The rest of it when it comes together is more like she's getting ready to step on the stage for six instead of being in a high horse drag competition, which I mean, she looks good. If she can sing, I hope she can get on six. That would be a great Broadway musical for her. But as far as just the look, not. We've literally seen her do better a few weeks ago, and it's up to her to continue to elevate. I think she missed the train by like a stop or two
You
tonight.
better say a few weeks ago because you didn't want to say last week about her fucking design look.
Me not even remembering to be so fair, but
I
because
need to
Trim
say
Gate,
something so real.
please do.
I hate her in a ginger slash red wig.
It's
I hate
not
It
it.
flash.
like
It doesn't do anything for
I
her.
thought it might have been just me, but I was like, I don't like that
No,
color hair on her.
no, it looks so bad. I hate it. It doesn't even look like her. I don't like it.
It
She
doesn't
looks
look like
so
her.
bad.
The whole ensemble, it doesn't look like her.
Yeah, like the
yeah,
outfit itself is like whatever. Like I'm not into it, but I'm not like vehemently against it. It's like,
Right.
okay,
I also feel
fine.
like I've been like catfish because I remember
Yeah,
Jules being like, I'm like my drag is like very Ariana Grande.
like mama, sweetie.
What about this is Ariana Grande to you?
Well, the hair is giving, don't look up. Um,
Bye.
well, she said
What
inspirations are Ariana Grande. I'm pulling them out for you.
was her name in that? Like Bina or something?
I don't even remember. I didn't watch the movie.
That's crazy.
Hashtag boycott Netflix.
What? Oh,
So back to Miss Sparkles.
Um,
no.
I don't really have anything
I'm bored.
to say about
I'm
this.
so
Yeah.
bored by it.
Like
Like,
I
oh,
don't
okay, you're the pop diva. Okay. It gave
I
Ava
don't
Max more than it did anyone else.
I don't know, like the shoulder, it looks like you're collecting rainwater.
Girl.
It's weird to me. And then like what's the back thing?
And
That thing is
the only
crazy.
piece of it that gives quilt is the lining of the cape. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, like the corset and the sleeves and stuff are quilted,
not
but
well.
they
but
look
they're
too.
it's boring.
The fabric isn't the right choice. It looks too plasticky.
Tea.
Yeah.
that's true.
It does look plasticky.
It looks more like Mylar to me.
Yeah,
Like 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 she went to inflate it, but not all the way, so she could use it as part of her outfit.
Yeah, I hate it
I
actually.
don't know.
Boo.
Boo.
Yeah, it's a
Boo.
boo. I'm sorry, Jules.
You
I'm
Thanks,
shall,
not.
Mama.
hopefully you shall shine next week, but coming to the stage. Speaking of sleeping bags,
Oh,
or Mona Lisa. Now she better look like a drag God-fearing woman and look gorgeous.
Like, okay.
This is kind of like what I would be expecting on like a basic level for
Yeah, like
quilted for your pleasure.
the exactly. It's like you got exactly a passing grade and decided that was all you needed and
Yeah,
stopped there.
literally. Exactly that.
It's giving Technicolor Little House on the Prairie vibes.
I do like the color scheme. It's giving like
It's gorgeous.
it's
Yeah.
giving like 90s inspired a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Um and like I don't know. I'm not mad about this. I like the dramatic sleeve. I wish she had like a hat or a fascinator or something that was
Hmm.
the same like texture.
I
I
feel
also
like
wish she didn't have a red lip. I feel like the red lip is like
Yeah, it
scaring me
should have been
away
like
from
a
it.
softer pinky lip or something, or like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
nude.
I will
am
also
I oh,
I will also say I wouldn't have minded if she cinched like maybe a pinch. Not that she needs it, but
I think she did, but
Crossbody?
because we're losing the middle here, and normally she's very sculpted, very like
Mm,
body put
and
together. It
that's what I
doesn't
mean. I
do
think she did. I think it's just the fabric is
yeah,
too
like
bulky.
to where it looks like it's eating her up a hair, even though she's done what she needs to do.
Yeah,
agreed.
it's just a really big poofy dress anyway, made out of this big bulky fabric. So it kind of like she did what she could to like
Hmm.
tuck it in the middle and kind of make the skirt big, but like
Hmm.
it's still kind of it's starting to swallow her up for sure.
Yeah.
I think this one falls for me under the category of like it looks better in movement than it does in still.
very that. Um, is the hair I agree with
That's
Mikey
cute.
that the dress feels very 90s. Um, the hair does not give me that. And I kind of wish they
Mm,
leaned a little bit more into that like ooh 90s kind of thing, but it kind of just feels like they found this fabric and was
mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this basic outfit with this fabric that just so happens to feel like this 90s vibe." I don't know.
It felt very like the church lady group has been quilting this, and now I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
I'm like the pastor's wife,
Girl.
She gives pastor's wife down.
literally.
Come on, Tammy Faye.
Honestly, I'll be real. I'm giving it a woo. I don't mind it.
Oh,
It's
same.
whatever.
Yeah,
I give it a
it's a
woo.
woo. Like I said, it's a passing grade and nothing more.
Yeah,
It's a soft woo.
yeah.
Now, speaking of the Lord's Prayer, next to the stage, we have Miss Scarlet Envy. And bitch, she
Bye,
better eat.
Scarlet Envy.
Miss Scarlet Envy, honey.
Listen, no notes. No fucking notes. None.
Not even a note on her name.
No,
But
literally.
she doesn't even realize.
Cash the check.
She
Like,
says, "I don't care. Give her the win."
literally, listen.
I
Like,
don't know if she still
it's
gets it.
it's so good. Like. so many different textures working. I would say 99% effectively. The reason I don't give it 100% is I'm still like borderline on the kind of material that looks kind of like puffer jackety for like her arms because it works well with her legs with the way that it is in this picture. But for some reason when it like it's either airbrushed on to where if look at it in certain angles it doesn't look like 100% correct. But other than
Mm-hmm.
that, this bitch sold it. She just need to stand there and look pretty,
Girl,
and she's
this was
ready.
So
eloquent.
Eloquent
Like,
Miss
doll.
Crystal Envy looks great here.
not Scarlet.
Ouch. Crystal. So, sister, I'm so sorry. I will never fuck up your name ever again. I
It
know the
was so
difference.
funny because we were talking about it and you weren't
I
understanding that
wasn't
we
I
were.
wasn't
You
getting
just moved
her.
right by, and we were
I
like, "Oh,
literally did because I was in love with what she did. Um, but the fe
Really?
but regardless, the feeling is mutual. I do love Miss Crystal Envy Dow.
And I will say, Miss Crystal Envy is looking gorgeous in Scarlet right now,
Yes, yes.
Literally.
Very that. Very that.
but
This
yeah,
was
like
everything.
it's so good. She looks like the body is right. I think she made a good choice by having this like big quilted number jacket, but then
Hmm.
a cunty reveal that's also a little bit quilted,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but also gives body.
slides.
And
I
the
no, I
my
love it. I love
sorry,
this. That's
Yeah.
all.
my only like big thing about it is why she got that Christmas bow on her head.
Hey sis, it's
It's
Christmas.
Christmas. Like that's the bow that you put on top of a Christmas present.
Anyway, the girls hate a really fun hair, but
No,
you
There's
I
nothing
know,
wrong
like
with
I'm
this.
not I don't hate it. It was just
I
why
think it's cute. It kind of the whole outfit kind of gives Christmas too. Like
like I
yours
guess
has her own
so.
To an
interact.
extent, I don't think so. The gold tells me otherwise. I think it's just a beautiful outfit altogether. It doesn't give me
It's so good.
like pop the corn, go feed the Yuletide or whatever the fuck. But
Like honestly, she could have been a winner of this challenge.
No, and could
oh,
have. And honestly, after this runway, I was like, I expected it to be her because like she smashed the challenge and smashed this.
Yeah.
literally. I give this a whoa.
Woo!
Woo, 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 woo.
Now, speaking of unwrapping presents, next to the stage we have Miss Susie Toot. Morgan looks whelmed, so we'll start with her.
So like she explained the reference. Did I
Yeah.
understand the reference? No, obviously
hmm
not.
hmm
Um, I think she looked really pretty. I was just like I
Sorry,
was
no, it's that was a really
experiencing
long pause. She said,
I was
"I think she looks
experiencing a
pretty."
disconnect um
Period.
in the like the accessories
hmm
and the actual garment. I didn't really know what I was supposed to be feeling for this other than like I'm pretty and I'm doing a different mug, so like look at
hmm
it. Um
Yeah,
it
and
was fine.
the quilting.
Well, the quilting was a specific style, which we
Yeah,
didn't know until after it was explained, and I still don't really know.
and it's still yeah.
I'm just gonna take her word for it because one person on the panel knew what they were talking about, and none of those people were us apparently. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm I am whelmed.
I
I'm
will
This
not.
is
say
this is
this.
another one where like the color scheme of it all, I was like, I don't love how that looks on you. Like I
Yeah.
think the outfit itself I wasn't like super enthused or unenthused by,
hmm
but I was like, I don't know if I love Susie in these deeper reds. And it's like an orangey red in the hair too, and I don't know. I do agree that she looks beautiful,
And does.
and
Beautiful.
I think Susie made the smart choice of giving the judges something a little different in her
Yeah.
Mhm.
makeup early.
Um, okay, I guess I'll be the mean one. I think this photo does tries its hardest to make her mug look good because
Oh,
Oh,
like just head on, I could not stand the nose contour that she was doing. I think the eye makeup is very pretty and the cheek contour and everything's very nice. I love that she decided to change things up with her makeup. It feels like if it felt a little like she got lucky that Lucky Stars, when she switched her makeup, did really, really, really bad. Because
Mhm.
this is like fine to me. This is not like mug isn't stamps to me. This is like if I was doing drag and I don't know how to do drag makeup kind of
ah,
vibe. Um,
dag.
that's crazy,
um,
Mac.
That was crazy because her mug was like really fierce.
not to me, and that's okay.
What, you like her Betty
Um,
Boop more?
sometimes, yes.
Sometimes I liked it in the devil look.
No, I think that's my favorite of her looks, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Especially that mug was gorgeous. This something to do with the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
I don't, I don't get the reference, and I've watched all the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm from
That's
New
what the reference
Zealand.
was. That's what
Yeah.
Yeah,
she said.
something like the headpiece and the I think it's like Alvin.
Yeah.
Something
Like,
Alvin. I don't
okay.
know. When I think Alvin, I think Miss Arrietty and like she's got good makeup. So I was a little confused.
That's
Um
cats. I don't know if you didn't hear Michelle.
True, true. Like I like that she's trying something different. I
Hmm.
applaud her for that. I just don't
um,
think it was like the slay that others might
And I think you're crazy
give.
for that.
And that's
I
fine.
I like
I agree.
agree by a small 10% margin. I love what she did with her face. I think maybe a different gold setting would be nice. Um, because right now it just kind of looks like it's not like doesn't have to be clean, but it doesn't look like it should go with the outfit, even though I know it should go with the outfit. Um, I wish I could see it in front again because I'm sure it looks a lot better than the angle that was taken from this image.
Hmm.
But I like the fact that she stepped out of the box again and isn't continued to do so while also trying to take on board what the judges are saying. As long as she's listening, she ain't going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give her a very soft toot.
A what?
Oh,
A very soft toot. Toot. A Susie toot.
What's that?
I'm sorry. I don't know what that means.
I'm sure you don't.
I give Miss Susie Toot a very, very soft boo.
I will, despite being a hater of this
Hmm.
one look, I still consider this a soft boo.
I'm giving it
Soft.
a soft woo.
So next to the stage, after escaping from Gollum, we have Miss Samstar.
Um, Stop the fucking presses.
Like, hey.
Hey girl. Oh,
Hmm.
a whole. So I literally just talked about. I made a joke of fucking sleeping bags not that long ago. Did I not?
Really.
You did, but it was for the wrong girl.
No, literally, I
This,
completely forgot about that.
I will say, this look was in the the mega trailer, the like first promo that we got of the season. And so like I was waiting to see like what this was. I think I think she won the category for me. I can't lie. I hate it when a bitch I don't really like makes a good point.
One, the category?
For me,
Oh,
this
okay.
this eight, like the fabric is gorgeous. The wig and the headpiece are so cool. The structure of it is really beautiful. The come on, the teddy bear, the stupid fucking big zipper up front, the bejeweled zipper. Come on.
I agree that she ate down. Like, I
I
don't really
agree.
have any notes on, like,
Like we've seen queens try to do the like, oh, my head is against a pillow type of look. We've
mhm.
seen Blackberry try and fail. We've seen Courtney do it and like,
Not too much on
it
Miss
was fine.
Blackberry.
And not too
Not
much
too
on Miss
much on Miss
Courtney
Black.
Act.
Thank you.
Well,
Um,
She said it was fine.
it
Like,
this is that, but like much better, in my opinion. Um, I think this look is close to perfection in my eyes. It has the right amount of camp, fashion, drag. I think it's amazing, personally.
do I think it's amazing? Yes, absolutely. Close to perfection, not so much. I think she has a very like there's nothing wrong with the outfit for me to want to critique it, but like now I know she's brought something similar to this, not in like style or anything, but like the same amount of polish is what you come to expect out of any pageant queen. What I would like to see is where the elevation goes from there. I know she could do this down in her sleep. This is what her due to her professionalism and the fact that she is probably a perfectionist by heart because of what drag means to her as well, that I want to see her push more. Like if this is where you're starting to us visually, you're setting the bar for yourself to go even higher. Like this is great.
yeah,
This is awesome. Clearly this bitch isn't going anywhere, but what I want to see moving forward is like, okay, what do you do to push? Because in Untucked, she talks about, okay, like, but where's like your stamp? Where's your personality? Where when it comes to your drag, like, sister, we see it, but now I need you to act on what we see, plus some diversity because you're in a competition, and that's what Miss Paul asked you for.
real. She
So,
really is a mini Trinity.
and is,
Like Trinity would wear this in a heartbeat
oh,
Yeah.
and would.
and would eat down. That she devil blood runs deep.
By night. Um, yeah, I have no notes. This is a woo.
Woo!
Woo!
Easily a woo for me.
Now, next, well, speaking of, the fettuccine Alfredo pan hair, which looks stunning and amazing because it's structured, is Acacia Forgot. And let me just start by saying, like, yes, this suits her body very well. Gorgeous, stunning. Love the way it fits her. Pretty sure this is the same silhouette or similar silhouette that we've been seeing with either like a short dress like this or like a longer, like, Grand Ole Opry outfit, which I know is part of her brand. But if I'm going to exclaim this to Miss Samstar, who has been crushing the competition, I also got to give it to Miss Forgot. Like, I want a hair more diversity out of her than
Mhm.
just like the standard of what she's branding herself as, which is great marketing wise, not so great competition wise when you're supposed to be a little more in variety. Um,
Right.
But I mean, she looks good. I want more. She's capable of so much more.
The hair is really cute. I like the doily and the hair
It's
Mm-hmm.
thing.
cute.
It was super cute. The look, mama. Like it's just too simple. I'm sorry. Like you know you didn't step in to the workroom and you saw all these other bitches pulling out all of these looks and you were like, I'm gonna slay this runway. You weren't thinking that. You just weren't thinking that. And you can tell, I like you can kind of tell when she walks down the runway that she like doesn't have that uber confidence that all these other bitches do. And I think she knows like I'm gonna be an early out. It's coming. Not this episode though. It,
E- I definitely agree with what y'all are saying. This is like fine. Um,
mhm,
I think the doily in the hair is a really interesting touch. I like that, and then there's also the doily like sleeves. I like
Hmm.
that. It's different to what we've been seeing, and that's it. Everything is like same silhouette, different fabric.
Yeah.
The the colors are so muted that it's a little difficult to see even.
Hmm.
Like
mhm,
it feels just a little bit more vibrant, it would like pop
yeah,
more. And then like this I mean, I guess some it's like supposed to be sentimental because apparently the chest is like something to do with a relative. I mean, like pop
bro. We
Like
can
her
off.
tell it's
grandma,
old.
right?
We can tell
Yeah.
And
it
that's
looks
my
old.
thing. That's my thing with Acacia is that like her a lot of her looks give like old, but not in like a retro or like a classic sense, just kind of
Hmm.
old.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I also agree that like I don't hate this look, and I think hair gorge. I think the concept of the outfit is fine. And one thing I don't know if we've really mentioned yet, but Acacia's another girl whose body kind of tea,
And
Yeah,
is.
and
And
like she
absolutely
mhm.
doesn't.
is.
I feel like she doesn't highlight it as much as somebody like Corey, but like her waist is cinched, mom,
Shing shing. Like
Mhm.
literally.
and
Very that.
the skirt is sitting perfectly in the right position, and it makes the waist look so much tighter. Like the construction of this outfit is really nice. It's
Hmm.
just kind of boring
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, yes.
It's
exactly that.
and old.
it's
Yes.
also like thinks about her promo being like really amazing,
Her promo
and then
was
thinks about
so
It was
cool.
it was gorgeous.
and then we've just seen all of this, and we're like, where was the energy from the promo?
Literally. Also, I don't know if we watched the pit stop, but Monet and Daya did say that this probably smells like mothballs.
Yeah, very that.
So,
Hmm.
exactly that.
But yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Boo.
Soft boo.
It's like the kind of boo where if you if you're really nice to the teacher, he might bump you up to a woo, but
Yeah,
it's not there yet.
I gave
Real.
her a soft boo for that reason.
I'm not that teacher. You're getting a bill.
Yeah, I'm not that teacher either. I'm sorry, Diva.
And speaking of the best little whorehouse in Los Angeles, next to the stage we have Miss Anya Nerve.
This is a horrible picture of it. That's so
Yeah.
It
wrong.
is quite literally, but
Like
yeah.
they hate her for stuff.
But
Um,
no, I love the patterns. I love what she's trying to represent. She performed the hell out of this dress. Like
Hmm.
she knows what she brings to the table, and I love
mm,
that. I love her standing in her culture, in her blackness, and all and what that represents to her. Like this is probably not your most like American traditional quilt, but this is definitely a quilt down, and it looks gorgeous on her.
mhm.
Hmm.
She was serving like excellence
This
down.
the hair,
And
like
she's so pretty. Her mug is so pretty.
Very
Oh,
that.
she's like one of the most underrated mugs on the season, honestly.
yeah, she really is so gorgeous.
Come on,
I
And
still think.
Ohio.
she knows she's letting these bitches have it.
Listen, she said,
Hmm.
"Bitch, I'm from Ohio."
Literally, like represent Cleveland, honey.
Yes, bitch.
I do live. I live.
And do.
And she ate that challenge up.
And do. She went, yum, 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 yum,
Like,
yum.
exactly.
Girl, like, see, this is how to do different patterns and they all, like, connect and work.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think this is a much better version of what Lana was trying to do of like, oh, when you think of a quilt, it's like all these different colors working together. This is such a smart way of doing that, and also like like showing off like excellence at the same time.
And it's
Hmm.
Like
it's
it's very
juxtaposed really
smart.
well with the black of the dress and the
Yes.
black in the hair.
Yes.
It pulls it all together. Whereas the white, I think, in Lana's was just the wrong choice.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Agreed. I give this a woo.
Yeah, it's a woo.
Woo!
Woo!
All right, and then last to the
Mom.
stars, we have Lexi Love. Oh wait, no, I lied. There's still one other person, but Miss
Oh,
Lexi Love.
gag.
Like, hello? Hello. Like,
She's kind of giving lamp.
she is, I think she described it as like a kind of like quilted Lumiere tees. I
Real.
think the tea also is that Utica made this outfit.
Yes.
Yes, I
Hmm.
did hear that, and that's cunty.
Jeez, like,
My question, I think, is,
where's the
and
quilt?
yeah, like maybe I'm missing something, but is the quilt just like in the skirt
No, there's some
and the
quilted
sleeve?
parts. Yeah, there's quilted parts in the sleeve, and then at the start of the skirt. I don't know. I think it's too light in this color to read, but I think the hat is also quilted. I
Hmm.
think the
Yes.
The
arm part
hat
is
and
also
the are the
quilted.
like the accessories quilted too?
I think so
Okay.
because that like arm cuff there is also the same pattern for like the two down here and then where the skirt starts like up here at the hip. Like I think it all connects. It's also the
Hmm.
same fabric as the boots, the boot covers.
Yeah, I think I'm looking for something to nitpick because I do really like this a lot.
This is
Yeah.
gorgeous.
It's
I
kooky.
Yeah, it's a little
Mm-hmm.
kooky, it's a little cunty, like the fishnet mask on her face too, like
Oh,
she's
that's drama at its
it's
finest.
yeah, it I think she styled this really well. Yeah.
I I love this look so much. If I'm gonna nitpick, the only thing I don't live for is specifically, this is so tiny of a detail, but the placement of the like stones on the skirt just feels very like three here, two here, three there, one there. It just it doesn't feel as like put together as like the rest of it. It that is the only thing for me. But everything else, magnifique.
Hmm. It's fashion. It's very like Lexi's bringing us different.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like every time it's been a little bit different. It's a little bit out of the box. It's kooky. It's weird looking in a good way. I live. It's a
Mhm.
woo.
Oh, it's a
It's a woo.
whoa.
Woo!
Now, last but certainly not least, speaking of Lumiere Womana, next to the stage is Miss Corey King.
Uh,
Same.
Right. Oh,
Do we have to talk about it?
Ever so slightly. If you don't want to, that is also your choice.
this is ugly. I
It's
hate it.
bad. Yeah,
It literally it looks frumpy and I saw that Plane released a video and was like, I don't know why you felt the need to drag me into this, and say that I was a part of it. Don't ever say that ever again. I hate it.
Especially when there's a garment like made by Utica right there. Like, why would you do me like that?
Literally, like you heard another bitch say this was made by a drag race queen, and so you thought you needed to say that, but you look bad and she looked good. So don't say that. Like,
Plain wants to be the best of the sisters, and you could tell.
and is so
Okay, I mean,
far.
currently,
So
currently is in first
It's
place.
true.
yeah, it's
Oh,
just weird. Like the cutout is weird. The fact that there's like not really a panty or pant. It's like a
yeah.
scrunchy diaper, and then we have the same patterned, like, but it's frumpy and it doesn't really sit right. And we just have our lace up shoe, and we have our weird quilted hat.
I don't like the hair.
The
I mean,
I
hair is
don't
there's a
too
like
lot of
any
I
of
small.
don't.
it.
The hair and the head wrap are too small.
Yeah.
They
Where's
are.
the RuPaul wig?
Uh, it's like, it's just weird. It looks like she's almost wearing like fur or something. I'm not
Wearing
Mm.
even
boots with the
sure.
fur.
It looks like it's made of like raccoon. I
And
don't
why
know.
her toes poking out like that?
Because she's a drag
Not
Giving
too much.
queen.
Not too much on cliffhangers because
don't jump.
even the best of the
Mhm.
best have cliffhangers sometimes.
Not this one. Boo.
Boo.
Boo. Ruby, I'm sensing as the girly with the same birthday as me, she would also give it a boo.
Me when I was muted because my roommate walked in. LOL. Yeah, I didn't even really need to say it, but it's a boo.
My
Yeah.
mind.
The way we work. So that's all of the girlies. So we're gonna like just talk really quickly about the actual Maxi Challenge. What were some of our standouts when we saw the final product?
Anya Nair.
Like Anya
Listen,
down,
yes.
Crystal Envy.
Crystal down.
Crystal doing her tumbleweed.
Yes.
That too.
Hormone. Okay, listen, the gag was that they tried to paint out that Hormona did shit, but she actually did really
I
fucking
thought it was
well.
funny.
It was
Yeah,
so
I
fucking
I
funny.
loved it.
same with Lexi. Like they made it look like Lexi was gonna be this flop girl, but hers was also pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody else like stood out for me. Like the Susie moment. I didn't even remember Susie was in the challenge.
Oh,
She
hers
had a
was good
solo
I
though.
moment.
liked it. I did.
I liked her
I
solo.
overall I actually really liked everyone's. It's just that I like some people's more,
Hmm.
and then some people had
Mhm.
really bad runways as well. So
It was a cute challenge.
yeah.
I think yeah. All in all, it was enjoyable.
Hmm.
That's gonna be a new queen's name on season 18. Please welcome to the stage, all in all.
All in all.
All in
All in
all,
all.
The first
Um,
drag king, Eleanor.
Bye.
ah,
no,
um,
they won't do
I
that.
don't think they'll. I think we'll die on that hill, sister.
Yeah.
And
But
RuPaul will die on that hill.
running up that hill. Speaking of safe, we have so we have Lydia, Lana, Jules, Harmona, Sam, Acacia, and Lexi are all safe this week.
Real.
Highs of the week are Crystal Envy and Susie Toot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But the spoils goes to Miss Anya Nerve.
Well, yes.
Anya Nerve is the
Deserved.
winner of this
Hmm.
week's
Like
challenge.
it could have been Crystal, but Anya like devoured solo.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Literally.
that's exactly how I felt about it. It was like I wasn't mad
Yeah.
that it didn't go to anybody else, and I also was happy that like Anya did get it, but Crystal
Yeah.
also I would have felt the same way if Crystal got it.
Right.
It feels like for the last two challenges, like the win is between two people, and then there's like a third person.
And then
Like a
literally
Literally.
someone else and Crystal and me. Like,
yeah.
I hope they don't give her the Jan edit because that would be really nasty.
Same.
Ooh.
The always a bridesmaid, never a bride. And I was thinking about this like prior to us getting up in the gigs. I don't think they're gonna worry about that on Crystal because right now Ariadne's already feeding into that.
True.
Mm-hmm.
She's already given him what she wants. She has bitter boots. But most of it is valid though, to be so fair. Like, um, but yeah, speaking of Ariadne, she narrowly scrapes the bottom, and it is
Hmm.
between Joella and Corey King. How do we feel?
It was
Right.
correct.
Correct.
It was very much correct.
Yeah.
My favorite moment of the episode was RuPaul saying, lip sync for your life. And it cuts to Joelle, and you can barely see her
No,
face because of
literally.
the
Literally,
camera
like,
angle. It was so funny.
my God. Well, like, we're about to get into it, so I'm just gonna say it anyway. Her just like turning around and acting like the back of like the RuPaul is lip syncing and like, girl, she did not know the
She didn't even
words.
know the
Listen, let's
words
get
to
into the lip sync song real
button.
quick to Buttons by the Pussycat Dolls, aka Nicole Scherzinger and her background dancers.
Like,
Well, in
Um,
her defense, they used the Snoop Dogg version.
listen, and that was good. She should have done it.
I don't know. It just not that I had high hopes for Joelle or anything, but like,
It-
Well, I
girl, come
did.
on. It was buttons. Like, ugh,
Well, you thought
I
she was a
did.
different person,
Yeah,
so
I thought it was Joella Pose, the one that makes all the songs for all the drag queens.
literally, like you didn't even think she was who she is.
Well,
So,
as like the Slasian LA diva, I thought that she was like gonna eat up, but
she left her
and then
mark
she
on the franchise.
She
she
So,
did.
sure did.
yeah, she's memorable. I'll say that. Let's just say that.
like that fucking pillow blanket thing is gonna go down in history.
And speaking of the maxi pet, so we get down to the lip sync of buttons, and unfortunately, the girl to go is Joella, Corey King, Shantae. You stay.
Unfortunately for who?
I don't
Oh,
know. But
unfortunately for our television screens, Mikey,
it felt correct. I mean, I felt like it was her time to go.
It was.
her
I
being shady
mean,
to local drag on her
no,
way up,
literally.
queen.
I also literally said that Mother's outfit looked like a open Lindor truffle. So
Oh,
Oh.
well.
I
during when she the design challenge when she had the green.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I
They got a toot for that, by the way, on Fashion Photo Review.
Yeah,
I mean,
which
that's
is
nice for them.
Like, I don't know what they were on.
Maybe they just see something in it that we don't.
Thank God.
I feel like just to draw some parallels between two iconic drag competition shows, Joella leaving in my eyes is like Scylla leaving in Dracula, where you're like, damn, they entertaining bitch is
Uh-huh.
gone who was not that great a drag, and that's okay. Because they were casted for personality only, and that's fine, and storyline.
Yeah. I feel like we always have one of those queens that like, goes home pretty early, but could have given
Yeah.
more like storyline, but wasn't giving like the
Yeah,
competition.
bury that.
See you in All Stars.
Oh,
well,
and
maybe
speaking of
not. Maybe in a couple of
before we
years.
get there,
All Stars 12.
she does have to pull a lever, and unfortunately, the lever does not work, so she is eliminated.
Well,
Wait, the
yes.
rigged lever didn't work?
Well, I, I also, for once, was caught up on the pit stop, and Diabetes made an interesting observation.
Oh.
Let's just pretend that the livers are like fear. Let's just say that,
Hmm.
and it's not this just them deciding on the spot who they want to keep or not.
Hmm.
When Hormona pulled the lever, it was on number 7.
Hmm.
And diabetes predicts that the other liver that will make a queen safe will be the first liver to form the season number 17. This is very Taylor Swift, like hunting for Easter eggs type of vibe. Hashtag reputation TV. Um,
Which one did Lucky pull last time?
She pulled, because seven was pulled by Hormona. I think she pulled like four or something.
yeah.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
it the lever does not work, and we say goodbye to Joella.
Yeah. It was her time.
It
It
was
was
her
really her
time.
time. It was beyond her time. I felt bad for Lucky.
Like,
Yeah.
And you know what? During
Yeah.
during Untucked, no one dared to ask her, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?"
Ugh.
she looked
Like,
like
girl,
one.
Well,
girl,
Oh,
are you wide awake? Because it's time to go.
she gave Sleep a Queen with the mattress looking thing she was carrying around on the runway.
and we are down to our final 12. And that is the end of our episode. What
Final
what do we what do we want to
12.
see in these future episodes, ladies?
What do we want to see?
Doom.
Eerie Eddie
Killing,
winner challenge.
murder.
Come on, Divine.
Which board game will we make a parody of next?
I want to see Arietti like literally just lose her shit on someone soon.
She probably will.
I
Since
think
they said
I
she's
think
the
she's
villain.
she's shaping up to like she's
She might just be the confessional villain though.
Mm.
but like girls were saying like the other girls were saying she's a villain, so like she has to be
Hmm.
villainous to them too. They don't know
I
what's
mean,
in.
they know she's shady at least, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jules will pop off at someone, so.
Probably.
yeah, that's mine.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. And, well, you come back now. You hear? Bye,
Oh, Morgan.
everybody.